In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the Cashflow Manager Cloud program. So here I am at the easy.cashflowmanagercloud.com.au site, and this is where we can sign up to get started with Cashflow Manager Cloud, or once you've signed up, you can click here to log in. So let's do that. And it opens up to this dashboard screen here that we're looking at right at the moment. So let's take a look at this. Up on the very top bar, you'll see the different sections of the program. So your cash flow manager, invoice manager, and your people section is for your customers and suppliers. Here we have the name of your business, and there's a drop down, so if you have more than one business you can access it from there. And then we have the actual dashboard itself. So you'll notice over here we have my accounts. So we have various accounts here. I've set up a check account, a cash account, and a Visa. And so we can access it from there, and we can simply select the account, then click on the record money in, record money out, or transfer buttons to actually start processing our work. If we're using the Invoice Manager program, it'll tell us our 5 top customers, and it can be for this month, or you can go last month or the last 3 months. Down the bottom here we have some key numbers once again, so our money in, our money out, and net totals, and again we can look at that over different time periods. And then on the right hand side here we have buttons that allow us to go and process information, or process use the program. So here we have various things in relation to cash flow, and then if we want to create an invoice we would click on that button, and so on. Across here we have other alternatives as well. This one is for management, and that is if we have more than one business we can manage it from there. Settings is something that I would recommend that you look at doing right from the start, because there's a number of settings that affect your program, and you'll see here there's my account list, and then we have different other settings as well that you can go in there and make changes to. Let's just scroll down and see what's there. You can set up your users, we set up our GST rate and so on, and we can just make all those changes from there. Okay, so we can also export our information to our accountant by clicking on that button there. So they're the various sections that we have. Now in Cashflow Manager, while I was there in settings, I've set up 3 different accounts, and you'll notice here it says what's the account type. So we actually have 3 different account types, and they perform slightly differently. So here under our bank account, a bank account normally has money coming into it, and you might have checks coming in where you actually process a deposit with your bank. So the process deposits is a separate function for the bank account type. The cash account is cash, and obviously you won't be doing any banking as far as that's concerned, so that one has cash entries into it. And the credit card account won't have generally processing bank statements or processing multiple checks and so on from customers that go into Visa. It's really just where you transfer the money in. So there's slight differences with each of those accounts as they work through. If you want to add a new account, then simply click on Add New, and it'll bring it up and it'll ask you what account type do you want. So there's only one cash account for the program, but you can select bank or credit card if you set that up. Okay, so that's where you go from there. So let's go back to my dashboard, and let's look at the general operation of the program. So let's go and have a look at how we record some data. So here, first of all, we select the account we want to work on, and simply click on the process that we want to do. So let's go and record money in, or actually look at it anyway. And so here we are, we're in our check account. We can also select the other accounts from our drop down here. And the way of recording the information is like the Cashflow Manager desktop program. You put in your details, the amount, and then allocate it to the column. The GST automatically calculates for you. If for some reason the GST isn't the normal GST, then you can edit it. In fact, there are other things you can do as well. Let's click on the the box there, I'll right click using my right mouse button, and I've got these options: copy, move, insert a new line, etc. And one of them is edit the GST, and I can change the GST to the correct figure if it needs to do that. So you've got various options that you can do from there. And you'll notice up here that we also have several options. So one of them is options, and here we've got our advanced preferences. If we have a look at our advanced preferences, you can auto select columns, so you can say every time I get money from BAT Enterprises, I want it to go into the sales column automatically. And you can do that from my bank, so that's when I get bank interest, goes into interest received, and from myself will go into owners capital contributed. So what that does is makes it easy so that whenever something comes in from that, it automatically goes into that column and saves you a lot of time. Similarly, if you have private use, then you can select where the private use goes to, and make a selection from there, and then you've got some other settings as well. So as far as a quantity is concerned, if you wanted to use the quantity column and perhaps you have it for franking credits, then you can rename the quantity column, and you can also change the number of decimal places. So lots of little options that you have there. If you want to customize your columns, then click on the customize indicator there, and you can go through and select your columns, add new ones, save them, money in, money out, etc. Now another feature of this program that is slightly different to the desktop program is that we have a transfer button. So let's say, for example, we want to pay our Visa card. So we can go, well, it's going from my check account to my Visa account, and the payment I'm making is $100, and then I can click transfer. Okay, now when I go into my Visa, you'll see there's the $100 that I've just transferred, and it goes into the transfers from other accounts. If I go back to my check account, then, and I go to the money out section, you'll see there's the transfer there, and if we arrow across, there it is in the transfers to other accounts. So if ever you're transferring money between accounts, you don't have to go in and record them back and forward. You can just do it all at one easy payment. Okay, so what you'll notice up here as well, and I had already deleted it in the money in, but these are what's called training wheels. And so that's information to help you when you're in this section. Once you've finished with that, if you click on the cross, that'll remove it so that you actually see more of the page there in front of you without the training wheels. If ever you want to turn those training wheels back on, you go back to settings, and there's the option to turn them back on in settings. So that's how you actually process your money in, your money out, and the various things that we have there. Okay, something that's different from the Cashflow Manager desktop program is in the money in. So when you're actually in the money in section, you might get money put straight into your bank account, or you might still be receiving checks. And to do that, we need to go in and process the deposit that we put into the bank account. Now, the Cashflow Manager desktop program had a couple of extra columns for bank deposits or receipts not banked. This is slightly different in that there is now an option to process a deposit. And so once again, let's turn off the training wheels here. So we can go in and it will list for us, it's our check account, and here are the various receipts that we've received that we are going to deposit. And so we can say, well, yes, BAT Enterprises and Crowhurst, we're putting them in the bank together as a deposit, and are we going to retain any money? If we do, that will go into our cash retained, and this will be the amount of the deposit. So let's click on save, and we now have that deposit. and the deposit needs to match up to what we have on our bank statement. So this one actually is money come in from the bank in the form of interest, and it will appear on the bank statement by itself, so we'll just process that as a deposit as well. And then we're done as far as that's concerned. So once we've done that, we can go to our reconciliation, and we can either do a manual reconciliation or we can import our bank statements from our bank. There's options up here that we can select, and we can go through and record our opening bank balances to make sure that we have our starting balances correctly. Let's just go back, and if we're doing a manual reconciliation, then you'll notice here step 1, there's the deposits that we've put into the bank, and we can just walk through the process there. We have the ability to do budgets, and of course we have all our reports, which are important. And let's just look at a report. Let's just pick the trial balance because accountants like the trial balance. We can select which accounts that we want to include in the report, and we can select our time period, and then we run the report. And you'll notice that in the report we have a number of items that are blue and underlined. What you're able to do on these various entries is that if you click on that, it will take you to the list of transactions that make up the total, and you can actually edit them, like repost them to, if you're in the wrong account or whatever, you can do it all from there. Okay, let's take a look at the Invoice Manager program very quickly. And so we can come into this area here, and you can create a new invoice, edit your invoices, print, email them, and so on. And once you have invoices, your invoices will be listed there. You can make payments, and again you can do various reports as far as your Invoice Manager area is concerned. We also have people. And when you go into your Cashflow Manager area, you'll notice when I put in, let's go back in here. So here we have Bad Enterprises, Crowhurst. As you go in and create a new entry, so you can add or select from your list of customers, or if you have a new customer, you can type it in there, or you can come to this people area and you can add in all of the information as far as a customer is concerned in using this area, and get more complete information for it. Okay, so that's just an overview of the program as it stands at the moment, and very easy to use. You've got resources down here for training and support, so if you need training or if you need support, simply click on those buttons and it will take you there as well. So very easy to use. Trust you'll find your way around it easily. There are more training videos that go into each function in greater detail, so if you need more information, look for a training video or a frequently asked question on our website that will assist you with getting more information.